Well, some of us, like Ron Livingston's character in Office Space, work in a cubicle all day. We work right here around our clear round table.
And this is not even work. What the?
I know, it's
That's
not even,
right.
that's true. Well, now a new trend turns a day at the office on its head. Ben Tracy shows us the idea that has roots in the past.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny.
America's favorite cowboy, Gene Autry.
Oh, George, we've got company.
It was one of the most legendary places to work in Hollywood. Who would you come here to see?
Jack Benny, Lucille Ball, Bing Crosby.
Historian Christy McAvoy says there was nothing quite like the CBS Columbia Square radio studios on Sunset Boulevard. It was opened by CBS pioneer William Paley in 1938 and quickly became a place where artists gathered to collaborate and create.
It was always a place where creative people came together to do really interesting things and push the envelope, and it's going to be that again.
This piece of workplace history is being transformed into the office of the future.
So what will this space become?
This is going to be studios.
Joshua Abram runs a shared workspace company called Noe House. It is converting the old CBS site into its first location outside of New York.
I think most of us want to feel that the place that we work has the comforts of our home in many ways. We wanted this to be not an office, but a house of entrepreneurs.
The New York Noe House opened in 2013 and now has 1,000 dues-paying members. Individuals in small startup firms with a handful of employees choose to share this space rather than work from home or Starbucks.
A decade ago, telecommuting was all the rage. It was about how one day we all could just work from our living rooms in our pajamas. What did we learn about that?
I think we learned that it was a bankrupt idea, that people are social, and it worked. No surprise, is social.
That social component was missing for fashion consultant Julie Gilhart when she went to work for herself 3 years ago. Now she's a Noe House member.
If you're in an isolated office space or if you're working out at home, you're not interacting. And I used to always say everything happens outside the office.
What are you working on?
Shared or co-working spaces are popping up all over the country, around 800 of them so far, with more than 50,000 members. There are so many, in fact, the industry has its own publication.
People are starting to realize that they're looking for community.
Melissa Mescue is the editor of New Worker magazine.
A lot of people find themselves getting into freelancing because of the economic situation. Those are some of the most common workers that you'll find in co-working spaces. So as those grow, so will co-working.
For many of our members, the heart of why they're here is to meet people outside of their industry.
Noe House co-founder Alan Murray makes sure there are opportunities for social interaction and networking, whether it's in the kitchen and cafe or at events inspired by the creative industries in which these folks work.
So you'd see people here sitting on these cushions with a glass of wine and a little something to eat?
Absolutely, that's what it looks like.
Can you get that done at my office?
We can try.
Unlike some co-working spaces, membership at Noe House is by invitation only, and none of this comes cheap. Monthly dues range from several hundred to several $1,000s, but those who choose co-working are paying for more than Wi-Fi and a copier.
We're not in the real estate business. We are in the business of creating the ideal environment for today's creative entrepreneurs.
And in Hollywood, they're about to share the space of the creative entrepreneurs of yesterday.
Good night, folks.
For CBS This Morning, Ben Tracy, Los Angeles.
I think that's great. You know, you want the community of people that you work with, and especially if you work from home or work by yourself.
Well, as Alan pointed out, it's a great place to come and have a little glass of wine.
Yeah.
I felt soothing just listening to him speak.
Well, and meet somebody, you know?
And meet somebody, I like it.
Yeah.